bring faithfulness, commitment to the table. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have structure so that, you know, the expectations of me and the person that I'm engaged with can be met. So, but what if it doesn't happen the way that you want it exactly? Then what? Then what is it?
It is unfortunate, and that's where the fact of the matter is that in any relationship is the risk.
So that's the risk factor.
You take the risk of it not working because the person that you are delivering all of those, you know, those boundaries, and you're delivering those emotional, you know, risk factors to, they're not receiving them. And it is unfortunate that you have some people that do have the heart and the mind to do right by another person, but that person is not attracted to them.
Right.
Or that person is attracted to the qualities that they have because of what they're lacking already in the relationship that they do have, or they have become too busy to accept the person that is giving off these traits. They feel like they don't have the capacity anymore to give emotionally to someone else. They still have not been delivered and have gotten over or been healed of the inconsistency or the failed relationship that they had before, or just a plain old lack of giving back was being given to them, so they don't reciprocate.
So that's interesting. Those, you hit a lot of points just now, and I want to ask you: do you think, Desmond, that relationships these days, that the people are afraid to get involved in any kind of relationship, especially a romantic relationship or an exclusive relationship, due to the risk factors?
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. A lot of times, and I think at least 45% of relationships, more so at least 45% of them, just start off. They fail in the beginning, in the first 2 to 6 months. And the reason why, and that's at least 45%. That's not even given a ratio based off of, you know, anything else other than experience and through counseling that I've done. At least 45% of relationships fail within the first 2 to 6 months because of the fact that they don't go into it with the seriousness of purpose that I'm going to be with this person no longer than a year. People believe that now a year is a long time. People are celebrating a year of being with someone as if it's already their anniversary of marriage. That's how trumped up we have it. That we're celebrating the success of hanging with somebody for a year. And actually playing house. You know. And being able, the fact that you're able to celebrate the fact that you haven't gotten sick of somebody for a whole year when you could have had all these other options. You know, that's really what we celebrate. So we celebrate the fleshy portion of the fact that I could have had it another way, but I stuck it out with this one for a year. Intriguing. So happy anniversary to us, you know, and you see that now even on social media. We've been through a lot has happened, we've been through hell and back, but we still, and I'm saying, what do we celebrate? Are you celebrating the victory, or are you celebrating the fact that it was defeats? Because a lot of times, even in that first year, you probably would have bagged somebody else to come along with you just in case he wasn't acting right.
You know, and I don't want to. I like this way it's going. You just.
Another reason
Jesus,
why
grab the
people
wheel.
like me is
grab the wheel, Lord. Now, I like that last comment that you made. You said that the woman could have bagged somebody else.
Well,
but I know, but I'm not bashing women. I'm not a woman basher. You know what I mean? I love all you women out there. I do. But you make the comment that if the brother would mess up, that she would have something. Is this, you know, she would have something on the side just in case the guy mess up. Now, is this an absolute? Is this something that females do? have a guy that, oh, he's just a friend, but it be that same guy or maybe another guy that you may not be aware of, the man might not be aware of, that, soon as you, let's say, for an example, you don't call him for 3 weeks. You know what I mean? That guy that's in line already that has been giving her the attention, and she has been giving him, the entertainment, she's been entertaining.
To be honest,
him.
I think,
and this doesn't matter whether it be an exclusive relationship or a relationship without any boundaries like the ones that I have, or it could be an exclusive engagement type relationship, or even a marriage. What do you think?
I don't know if I want to say that that it's customary for the woman to have it, because you do have a lot of faithful women out there. It really just, I believe that that every relationship will speak and be a mirror of the person's feelings that's in it. If you don't want to be committed as a female or male, then you will string along someone and then pick someone else up along the way.
Real quick, I like how you answer these questions, Desmond. What are your point of views, or what is your perception on a king killer? Do you know what a king killer is?
To be honest, that probably would put me more in trouble with women than not. But it is a perceived. It is the definition of a woman that does not celebrate the kingship of a man. Does not put the man as being the head of the household.
I'm about to say, how can a woman depreciate a man's king? How you say
Kingship.
Yeah.
Well,
how can a woman not appreciate? What is something that a woman does that makes her non-appreciative of a man's kingship?
I've heard.
I don't understand.
I've heard the term, but I mean, the only thing that I can think of, honestly, is a woman that does not believe that a man's place is to be the head of the household, or she believes that anything the man can do, she can do better, and that there will be no respect for the holistic male's role, or the old school male's role as being the respected authority of the house, in which case they would not share the duties, or he would not be the final say, but rather she would be the one that would be able to control every aspect of the relationship.
Now I noticed real quick, and it's very interesting that you say these things, which they're very accurate.
But that's
facts.
Just I don't know.
Those are just a facts. That has nothing to do with your emotional.
This is what I've heard.
Okay,
yeah,
this is what you. So do you agree with this?
I believe it's all situational. I do see a lack of a male's role in society as being the head of the house, but I think it's give and take, because women do feel that men have not earned that spot, and so hence you have suffrage movements, or the male who feels like the woman is not worthy to be beside them, but rather completely behind them or underneath them. So I think it's been a push on both sides. You got men that just believe women should just stay in this category. Right. You got women that just believe I'm better than that category. And so a lot of it has been the emotional, an emotional state of mind, to be honest.
So real quick, so we talking about these women that are, that does not appreciate a man's kingship.
No,
I'm understanding. These are the king killers, right? These are king killer quality.
I wouldn't use king killer.
What I mean,
I wouldn't use king killer because first of all, it's urban it's urban, and honestly, it's more ignorant than what
you're right.
than what it gives.
So what do the urban population call an immoral woman? A bad bitch?
Oh my God.
Is that what we call her? Is she bad?
Well, first of all,
because if she bad, she independent. And if she independent, she's most likely have the characteristics of a king killer or a immoral woman, because she can't respect a man's kingship, right?
That's a perception. That is honestly a perception.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Or is this what happens in society?
I believe
that can be measured by statistics.
I believe that it is a perception of what we believe is society thinks, and hence it's become statistics because that's our perception. I don't think you completely follow me there.
Yes, I do, because I want to ask you who is controlling this perception.
I don't know, but let's continue in the vein of relationships.
Okay,
because
we are in the vein of relationships. King killers are out here. What I'm trying to get to is the point of that you're faithful, you're a man of faith, right?
Yeah.
So to incorporate your deity, which is Jesus Christ, into your relationship, you have a higher probability of having a successful relationship because your relationship with your deity is already successful.
Well,
so I'm saying the ones that may be pretending to have that relationship or is completely absent from having that relationship are more prone to a dysfunctional, unsuccessful relationship.
Well, Christ.
That's what I was getting at. I wasn't trying to, be subliminal and bash women or the women that mostly are king killers. Shout out to the king killers out there.
Well, I'll say this: if you do have king killers that are like that, then they honestly can't respect the ultimate king, because he's the King of Kings, and whether they like it or not, Jesus Christ was a male, and he is our Father, and I mean, so all of it is it's gonna come from an emotional state. If you can't respect your brother whom you see every day, certainly you can't respect that person that created us to be in that spot. So you're going to have a problem anyway, because since the beginning of time, Mammon or mankind, which came in the form of a male, was here first.
So Mammon was a male first.
Yes.
I thought Mammon was money this
whole
time.
Is now the plural for both male and female. This is why we say Mammon, because it's supposed to be both male and woman. You get man, and then you get Mammon, which is woman.
So Mammon is not money. Mammon is a gender. Mammon is
the combination of male and female.
Look at the manifestations. Look at them.
Which is another word for mankind. Hence why we say mankind, because it
so it's the combination of male and female, which is mankind. I'm glad we cleared that up, because I don't want people to think that what male and female combined.
Yeah.
Look at
but
you mean as mankind coming together. So okay. So I understand the scriptures when they say you either have God, which is the spirit, or you gonna go for the flesh thing, which is man, or mankind, which is man. Okay, I got you. I had to correct that, because I this whole time I was thinking,
serve God, or you either gonna serve the devil.
Which the devil is a man.
He was the prince of the air, so he works in the flesh of us. And he gives us the lusty things of the lusty deeds of the flesh.
So let's talk about two different types of women, since we on relate. But before we do that, I like the fact that you threw in an R word in association with relationships and successful ones at that, which is respect.
I mean, if we're pretty soon we're gonna be bashing women.
No, we're not.
We seem to be on a lot of women a lot.
I mean, but it takes a woman and a man to be in a relationship, right?
Yes, but what about the male's part?
We have that already. Hold on.
Because man fails a lot.
You're right. And we talked about that with my homegirl Christina.
But we
got that woman. I wasn't feeling bad when she was talking about the inconsistent brother, or how niggas do women. So now we got the female part. So if you really want to understand and get an understanding of this show, this episode, you need to go ahead, first of all, look at your first video in season 1. You need to also see Christina's video in season 1, the do's and don'ts, part 1. This is kind of like part 2 of the do's and don'ts. We have a male perspective. You know what I mean? I'm asking certain questions because I know there's people out there that's asking these questions to themselves, and they're getting these questions answered. So if it may seem that we're bashing women, that's just a perception. Now, if you really want to learn and understand the manifestations, you need to watch the entire pro show from the introduction up to now to get a clearer understanding. That's why they clap it. Thank you. Thank you. Children know. The babies know. Now, let's talk about, we talked about respect. So respect or reverence is a key, a golden key, or a major key for to have a successful relationship. Respect, but how can you respect each other by respecting their boundaries or by fulfilling those expectations, those following those rules?
Yeah, I mean, and you don't just do that. You're supposed to create an atmosphere to where you selflessly want to give of yourself.
So if you're doing that, then you won't have an expectation if you're doing it selflessly.
No, you still have an expectation because you're giving and you're taking. I'm expecting myself to give of myself so that you can receive, and then ultimately it makes you want me or want to be with me. So the expectation is that when I give up this emotion, you're going to receive it, grab onto it, and in your heart and your mind you will say, this man is for me, this is what I want, this is who I'm going to be. Because at the end of the day, your emotions don't have a face to it. So when you decide that someone is not for you, it's supposed to be emotional and not physical. But at the end of the day, the governing body, a lot of times,